everybody, my name is Dorian. For those of you who would rather pronounce that Doreen or Dorian, just call me Dor. So I wanted to do a special Thanksgiving, call me Dor. So for this, I actually did a little research because I was curious about where Thanksgiving comes from. I feel like a lot of the meaning of the holiday is being lost in the battle of retail, especially since nowadays Black Friday actually starts at about 5 p.m. Thanksgiving Day, which is a Thursday, which kind of negates the whole Black Friday title of those sales. So I decided to drop some knowledge bombs and do a little research on where Thanksgiving actually comes from. Now, everybody who ever went to elementary school here, because this is a North American holiday, knows that Thanksgiving comes from when the settlers here almost died and were nearly wiped out, and the Indians helped them with their crops and their hunting and to navigate the New England lands that they were unfamiliar with, right? And so they celebrated their first successful winter here by having dinner with the local natives in 1621, those natives being the Wampanoags. Sorry, I'm white. Anyways, however, what you probably didn't know is it wasn't a national annual holiday for almost 200 years. So Thanksgiving is celebrated in 1621 with the natives and then pretty much forgotten about until 1789 when George Washington proclaims it a holiday after our victory in the Revolutionary War. So our Constitution is ratified, we become a country of our own, and George Washington says we should give thanks for this, remember this, and celebrate this day. However, it kind of falls off the books again. Nobody really pays attention to it until the author of Mary Had a Little Lamb starts reading through Pilgrim journals. And she's like, wow, this is a really awesome holiday, we should remember this. She campaigns for this for 36 years. Finally, in, 1863, Abraham Lincoln proclaims it a holiday again and places it on the fourth Thursday of November. Okay, so he does this, and this happens during the height of the Civil War. He does this as a way to kind of remember and lend a shoulder for the widows and sufferers of the war. This is his way of saying, hey, let's remember that most of us are still alive, and let's be thankful for that. However, in 1939, during the height of the crash of the stock market and during the Great Depression, FDR, he changes that date. Okay, this is, keep in mind, not everybody still celebrates this day. It's kind of, some people celebrate it, some people don't. But to rally people and to help retail stores get back into black, hence Black Friday, going from red in the ledgers to black, red meaning we are negative in a balance here and we're not making any sales, black being good, we've made some money. To help try to entice people to shop, he moves Thanksgiving up from the fourth Thursday of November to the third. Now, due to great opposition, he actually creates a law. He moves it back officially in 1941, and we have been celebrating it nationally ever since. So it took almost 200 years before it became a regular thing. And of course, Black Friday happens the day after, which, by the way, I want to say I'm sorry to everybody who's stuck at work tonight on this night when really you should be at home with your family. So, having given you this brief history, which I thought was actually kind of cool because we always just assumed it came from the Pilgrims, but it really didn't, I realized something during my research. What I realized is Thanksgiving is most noted during times of crisis and great suffering in this country. Things have been really hard for a while. It's been a long time since our country's been economically stable. I myself have had a very difficult time this month. There have been a lot of things going in my life financially that are just kind of making me feel like a failure. And during my research and during all this thought, I realized that I'm not, financially speaking, surviving very well. In fact, it's getting really difficult for me to get out of bed every single day. And then I thought about why it is I'm getting out of bed every single day. And it is because of my friends and my family who believe in me and who love me and show me nothing but support and kindness in everything that I do. And having realized this, I want to say thank you to them. On this day, during the last couple of months, which have been so difficult and so many things have been out of my control, I remember that I'm surviving because of them. And I'm very, very grateful to all of you. So thank you to my parents who've been amazing, and you guys raised, I think, a pretty strong and awesome daughter. And I want to say thank you to Chantel. I get out of bed and I go to work every day because of you. And to my friends, Gabby and Jason, and everybody else who's been a part of my life, my buddy Steven, who supports my vlogs. When I'm thinking, nobody's watching, why am I even doing this? Steven messages me out of nowhere and is like, hey, I love your vlogs. And I was like, wow, that is awesome. And it keeps me going. It really does. So thank you, all of you, on this most important day for being there for me in ways you couldn't even know how important it is. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I encourage you to also look around, and instead of seeing what you don't have, look at what you do have. Not everyone has a roof over their heads, not everyone has a meal to sit down at, and not everyone has family there. But maybe you have a friend, maybe you have a dry place to sleep that night, and that is what is most important. So let's all be thankful for that, and for one night, forget about the sales. Just for one night, be present with your friends and family. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.